Y'all, CNN let one sneak out. I don't know how they let it get on the air. Someone on the edit button was a little slow because we just had an absolute thermonuclear bomb dropped right on some progressives, some Dems, some lefties, the affordability crisis that they're trying to pitch up. Y'all, this is a propaganda buster from on high. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. We have a oriented mission directly of saving this country every single episode. And if you are down to save the country, make it better for the next generation, please join us in our quest for freedom. You can of course follow me on X at Braden LOA. Let's jump right in. I don't want to bury the lead on you guys. All right, listen. There's some things that we've been saying on this channel for a while. And we've been touching on it. We've been hitting it. But when CNN does it, and when the guest on CNN drop these types of bombs, it's worthy of note. Let's get right into it. This is the first one, all about the myth and affordability of all the inflation. And you know, it's so funny. There's a pattern developing of where the inflation comes from every single time we see it. Watch this.
You can look at the chart of inflation over the last 50 years, right? And you'll see two big bumps. On top of those big bumps are Jimmy Carter and Joe Biden. And those cliffs that fall off are Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump. Your dollar is worth 20% less right now today because of 21% CPI inflation under Joe Biden. Your wages are $3,000 less because your average salary and your real American wages went down by $3,000. That's a Joe Biden thing.
This is why this is so incredibly important. It is all propaganda all the time. And please understand that when you had a Jimmy Carter, you had the biggest spike in inflation. When you had a Joe Biden, you had the biggest spike of inflation. What is the common consensus? They both were liberal, progressive nut jobs. Although one was a peanut farmer, and honest to God, one of them was a short-circuiting robot. Let's just call it what it is. But when you look at what you're looking at right here, it's kind of hard to refute that point. Particularly all the positive economic things that are starting to happen. You had a Jimmy Carter, you had a Ronald Reagan, you had a Joe Biden, you had a Donald Trump. Donald Trump's on both sides of Joe Biden, low inflation over here, Biden, and now inflation is getting worked on right here. It's not hard to see this on a graph. Don't worry, I'm collecting all of it for you, because the parallels between Ronald Reagan after Jimmy Carter and Joe Biden and Donald Trump are really staggering. But now let's get to this. 21% CPI inflation under Joe Biden. Isn't that weird? It's odd that they wouldn't, lead with that. But I want to be real clear with you really quickly about something, and this kind of blends into the direction that we're going. You're going to see a lot in our content. And let me know if you're enjoying it in the comments, the likes, the shares, all of that. Please do it. You have this very interesting dichotomy going on the left right now, where the woke has gone dormant. It's really interesting because while the woke has gone dormant, the socialist class warfare has amped up. Let me give you an example. The men can be women talk and the defunding of police talk has gone by the wayside. That is almost verboten. That doesn't exist anymore. Very quietly, it was shown the door. But then, student loan forgiveness, affordability, socialism, redistribution of wealth, billionaire, class warfare, proletariat versus bourgeoisie, it's all the rage all of a sudden. The woke stuff is not gone forever. It's been moderated for a message that actually works. The socialist and the woke was a very dangerous ideological pairing because they conflicted a lot of the time. They've dropped the woke and they've gone to the socialist, the class warfare, the envy and jealousy. I'm telling you, this is what you're seeing. Let's keep on going into this because that was a damning clip. Watch the next one. Here you go. This is going against the progressives because it's all about the fundraising and donor base. Remember how we talked about on this channel this past week that it was all about motivating money for the National DNC to get money inside their coffers so they could potentially raise money and get out of the debt and constantly taking on $15 million worth of new debt every month just to cover their bills? Watch CNN.
We can overanalyze any one individual race. And we've seen Democrats basically overperform in specials and off-year elections this year to the tune of double digits. Yeah. But there are some Democrats who underperformed the Democratic overperformance. Tennessee 07, Democrats nominated a candidate that wasn't a good fit for the district, and she did very well, but she didn't do as well as other Democrats have. Republicans can insert Donald Trump, make him the focus of the race. That will hurt you in some districts as well as help you. But if you end up nominating the candidate you want to face, if you pick a candidate who you think appeals to the progressive activist class, the fundraising base, and not the voters in that district, I'm looking at Texas's Senate race and Jasmine Crockett's entrance into it and the efforts by Republicans to get her into that race and force out more electable candidates. That's the sort of thing that can save you.
Well, this is the problem. And to his
That was it. What you are looking at is the progressive donor base. Donor equals money. That is hijacking the Democratic elections, and the Democrats are acquiescing to it because money comes along with the progressive donor base. They are not matching the candidates in the right districts. Afton Bain is a really great example. She's not going to do too well in Tennessee. She'll do great in New York. However, if you have a moderate Democrat, and by the way, that I don't want them to do this, I'm just saying what this person just said. If you have a moderate Democrat in an environment that they think they can win, they'll do better to the average of about 12 to 13 points right now. That's the whole point. The progressives are going to undercut the Democrats and soften or dampen any type of advantage they have because they're selling it out for progressive money. That's what you have to understand what is happening right now. And this is big because the big gamble is affordability, I personally think, is about to be a non-issue, and the Democrats are going to be absolutely jacked when all this stuff hits on January 1 and into the spring. Personally. But you guys can let me know what you think. I got one more clip for you as we go into this, but make no mistake, this is about progressivism, Democrats, and money. That is what you're seeing. All right? Now, this is an interesting one. This is all about Trump going across the country. And like the first person said, it's going to help in some districts and it's going to hurt in some districts. Yep, you still do it. The guy won the popular vote for the first time as a Republican in decades. So, I mean, like, hello. All right, let's keep on going.
This is great. No, this is great because Anna Navarro and Susie Wiles are saying essentially the same thing. You pointed out Trump is the vote getter in so many of these districts. The solution to this problem is not.
If he's the vote getter, why didn't the guy that
she just said he won Miami-Dade, which is not the city of Miami, but he won Miami-Dade by 20 points. Susie Wiles pointed out that these are low propensity voters who are staying home. The solution is not less Trump; it's actually more Trump. You look at where Trump is in terms of his approval number. Right, he is more popular than Bush and Obama at this point in their second term.
He's at 36%.
No, actually, check Reuters today. He's at 41%. Reuters went from 38 last month to 41, and the approval he's gotten actually increased on the economy. So the solution to this problem, and Republicans have a problem. The solution is not avoiding Trump; it's actually double downing Trump.
Not every district is unpopular 30 to 40 points with Latino voters.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the whole point, and you just saw it in real time. This is honest to God. This is why we do what we do. He's at a 36 approval rating. Well, actually, he's at a 41%. It doesn't matter. I don't like him. He's got a higher approval rating than Obama and Biden. I don't care. Everyone hates him. You're watching liberalism on parade. The media thinks that they smell blood in the water. The Democrats think they smell blood in the water. You saw James Carville in a clip that I gave you last night where he is literally fomenting at the mouth about how Trump is done and the Republicans are gone. It's not accurate. This is genuinely what you're dealing with. I'm going to say something. It's not factually correct. Oh, your facts are dumb. They're still facts. He's still better than both of your guys. So yeah, maybe not great, but better than your crap. Oh, I'm offended. It doesn't matter if you're offended or not. This is the whole point. It's about emotion, feeling, and Donald Trump. If they destroy Donald Trump, then they destroy and they win. They don't understand. It's about something bigger. It's connected to something bigger. They simply don't get it. But I thought this would be an interesting video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. I'm Braden. Later.